back. First things first, if you enjoyed the introductory track, then please do hit the subscribe button below, give me a thumbs up and all that sort of good stuff, and share the channel with anyone that you think would be interested in watching all things music, gear and pedal related. So for the remainder of this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the sounds that I pulled out of the LVX and Mercury X. Everything on this track was pulled from these two pedals. There were no other pedals used or effects in the box whatsoever. This is the clean tone. And the song starts in earnest with this riff. So on and so forth. And that was all from the LVX. Every sound was from the LVX for that sound. So sounds fat and heavy, and it is. They were the two guitar parts. I recorded one on this, one on my telly. Pretty much the same setting. I think I had one on the bridge and one on the neck. Bit of tonal variety. But let's just dive into the sound on the LVX and see what we've got under the hood. The LVX is so much more than just a delay pedal. Everything down, so no time, no feedback, because there is no delay. What we have got though is we're using the bit crusher. Now, for me, there's a bit of a sweet spot on the bit crusher. At the minute, I've got this 46,000 hertz, and I've got this on the pre and the dry, so it's not the clean tone with a bit of bit crusher in the background. This is the whole signal. Now, there's another trick I'm using on here which really beefs this up, and that is pitch. I've got polychroma pitch on here, pre and dry again, so I wanted this to be the whole sound, and I've got a whole pitch down with a 50% mix. So let's just take that off. And that is just a bit crush, right? But we're going to add the polychroma back in. We're an octave down, and it just adds that sub-octave layer of filth and fatness. I think for single note riffage, you can't go too far wrong with that sort of sound. Obviously on the track we've got the bass underneath that, and then the drums just holding that low end in place. So you can afford for the guitar to be quite prominent in terms of high mids and highs, not so much in the low end, but we have got that sub octave with the pitch. And then on the second part, I've taken the exact same sound but taken the pitch off. I've got my sort of cloud preset, so let's just have a look what we've got in there. So 78 plate on the reverb, nothing too fancy going on overly. We've got a bit of tube preamp in there as well, just your standard delay tone. Then we go into the next section of the song, which takes a bit of a step down. Well, the intro guitar part is actually just the whole setting on my Mercury X. So we go into that. Not a lot going on. I've got a little bit of pre-delay, next to none. So the 56% mix, and then we're in the Hall, 78 Hall, which is a great algorithm built into the Mercury X. Not a lot else, and other than a little bit of pitch modulation. So that sounds a little bit like this. Pretty simple, but blooming lovely. Underneath that, very quickly, we go into this pad-like swelled sound. So we're using both the Mercury X and the LVX for this one. On the LVX, we've got digital delay, nothing too fancy, with a bit of feedback on there. But then on the Mercury X, we've got this. Gravity, which is one of the more sort of ambient, atmospherical reverb algorithms built into Mercury X. We've got a bit of modulation on there, and then a little bit of tube. I kind of like to apply a little bit of preamp on a lot of these sounds, as you're guessing by now. A little bit of micro shift, but then really importantly, we've got swell built into that. So both together. next part I'll just quickly show you is a delayed only part, and I've got a dotted eighth on a digital delay, and it's very obviously a digital delay, I think, in the part. So this is where I'm playing this line. Which sounds very different when you add the delay on. Yeah, and important to get the tap tempo in correctly for that sort of sound. And I've applied a dotted eighth. If you haven't yet, another reminder, please do hit that subscribe button and check in every Monday and Wednesday here on the channel. I'm over on Instagram. I show all sorts of behind the scenes footage over there, so come and join me there, that'd be brilliant. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. I love interacting with as many people as possible, and that's really why I do this. And I'd love to have you back here for the next video. Thanks for watching.